Before memory or myth, there was motion. Tectonic plates shifting, oceans of lava churning in lakes of fire, skies heavy with tephra and sulfuric carbon and vaporous steam. Then, in the blink of the geological eye, life sprung from the fiery womb of chaos. Not the earth-shattering giants of the Jurassic, but single-cell. Microscopic, impossibly tough. Enduring the trials and tribulations of the dynamic new world. Time marched forth in DNA and evolution. Structure took shape. Invertebrate to vertebrate. To land-dwelling giant to mammal, slowly to mortal creatures but steadily. Mammal morphed into man, instincts became curiosity. Homo sapiens sapiens emerged, ascended and claimed their rightful place. They formed family units under many names that mostly meant one thing, the people. To protect themselves, for there was safety in numbers. Tribes became villages, then towns. That became civilizations. Civilizations that rose to great power and fell to the depths of a dark age. Through it all, man lifted his gaze to the stars. Wondering about the universe in which their species lived. Is it created or is it eternal? Are we alone? Whether the universe is eternal or born of explosion is of little consequence to the history of man. They awoke beneath the wandering stars, not knowing how they were formed. They saw them and knew that they were beautiful and ominous. Humanity lived, sometimes thriving, sometimes barely making it to the next day. They struggled against the world and each other to eke out an existence, because it mattered. And they conquered those who would stand in their way. They explored. And sometimes subjugated those they met. As stone turned to steel, they improved their lives and knowledge, but not always their wisdom. When dreams became propulsion, they thrust themselves into the inky void as if to conquer it once and for all. Not to worship or be worshipped, but to prove that they could. Humanity reached for the stars with ambitions. If only to say we are here. The moon called the nations of man. The allure of discovery versus the fear of the unknown. What would they learn? Two nations took up the call and learned much but found little. Reaching the moon quickly lost its luster, it felt unnecessary. And they faltered and retreated to their planet of dust and water, believing they should concentrate only on the single blue marble in their system. Too much. Too fast. The stars screamed like gods that there was no place for humanity among them, and they cowered with fear back into their atmosphere. It was a loss, but man ignored it to focus on more pressing issues. Doubt, however, is a season and not a sentence. Where governments failed, individuals began to succeed. When next human beings went into the cosmos, they went with boldness, not trepidation. From the wreckage of the space program boomed the time of the great colonization. The moon was the first. The creatures that had once worshipped it from below settled atop. It was not easy, but that of value never is. From the dust of the moon, they reached for red. Mars, 2030, the first true new frontier in a very long time. A foothold to the future. And then, they leapt. Europa, Titan, Miranda, each world a question, each colony an answer. Enceladus steamed with promise. Charon whispered from the distance. Mimas, Triton, Ganymede, Callisto, names once spoken around telescopes, now called home by children born beneath alien skies. In a handful of centuries, humanity stitched a thread across the solar system. Whether via space station or on ground. Mankind thrust itself into the ink and they learned to live in it.